Hello everybody. Welcome to the part 10 of the Arduboy dev stream. Okay, so I will do a maybe short stream, quick stream. We are during the week, so not sure I have that many time. And today we will try to actually take care of the pickup pickup of the bonus of the statuette bonus. So that should be easy. I think I have an idea. That will be mainly some modification of some code that we already have. So let's go. All right. So my first idea for picking up the bonus, the statuette, yeah. Right now, if I go on top of it, nothing happened. My idea is to add a new flag in the property flag here. Basically, the pickup should be automatic, like in the original game. You just walk on top of the statuette and then it just pick it up. So just under the lethal flag, I will add another flag that I call bonus. Yep. And I will move that one just under. So we have the lethal and the bonus, then we have mirror X. All right. And then in the map manager, then we should again do a different iteration. So we draw the lethal, then maybe we should draw the main character, then maybe draw the bonus and draw the main character again. And here you say, aha, we have a problem because now we need to draw the character two times to check the collision, but obviously we just want to, we can only draw it one time because once we have drawn it, then it's done. The pixel of the character itself will become collision. So that means we will have to modify our draw function again. All right, so what I want to do here is to add another parameter to tell if you just want to make a fake draw just to check the collision. By the way, before going further, I could also do it another way around, like for example, the statuette itself could have checked the collision by itself. So that means I draw the lethal stuff, I draw the main character, then I draw the statuette, and if the statuette is in collision, then the statuette just pick up itself. Which could be also a possible solution, but remember that there is also some enemies, some AI moving, and maybe in some levels some enemies may move on top of the statuette. So then the enemy will pick up the statuette, which is not what we want. So I think it will give us more flexibility if we add that flag in the draw bitmap. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention something. Sorry. So let me go back to just some more talk before we go further. I've noticed after the stream that someone asked me a question during my last stream, so I'm so sorry I didn't see. The chat was not visible on my screen. I'm not used to have all my setup yet. I'm still trying to improve, but so hopefully now I can see the chat. So I hope I will not miss another question. But I want to answer that question in the previous chat. Actually, it's a question I may have answered in another stream, but I will answer again. The question was, the person was asking me why I use an int to store the position of the main character and not a char, because obviously int is two char, so it's bigger. So he said, I'm not sure how big the position will be, and but he thought just char should be enough to store the position. So yes, that's true if you store the position only for the current screen, but you guess right in your question, asking maybe the the distance is very big. Yes, I plan to store the position of the main characters and probably all the items in a global world position. So not just on one screen, but a coordinate on all the multiple screen. So, and why I plan to do that is because it will be easier for the scrolling of the different screen. So let me explain a bit more here. If I make a drawing for you. So let's say we have oops. Yeah, I'm very bad at drawing vertical line. So if we have maybe that's one screen, one level, and then after that you have another screen just under, which will be another part of the level, and then next you have another screen here, right? So basically the whole level is like, and here you have all the little sprite, and you have all the level, blah blah blah, and the platform, and basically the character will go from here, and maybe after that it will fall down here, it will go on the second screen, blah blah blah, then he go here, then go under, and then go past to the next screen, etc. And yeah, for example, if I have a statuette, I may have a statuette here. Oops, that's not visible. I may have a statuette here. I want to store the position of that item in the global coordinate of the world, which could be like this one, for example. So okay, if this is for example the 0 of your world, and not just inside the screen. Why? Because when actually the camera will from one screen to the other, scrolling like that, it would be easier to draw that that item at the same time that the screen is moving. Then the item will move also with the screen, for sure. We cannot just all the screen moving and then the item pop out, would be strange, or just draw the item and then all the screen moving. No, so the item has to move with the screen, and I think it would be easier to manage those items if we have world coordinate, like global coordinate, because then this coordinate doesn't change, and it's just something on the camera position that we already have in the camera management. Then we may have this translation of the camera. We can just apply it to any item position, and then we will have all these items in the correct position. And also, if you have an enemies walking here in between on the platform, for example, in between these two positions, then that means if the enemies is managing his position in this global coordinate system, then the enemy can still move while the screen is moving, actually. So while the camera is scrolling, then the enemy can also move at the same time. So I have the feeling that it will be easier to have those coordinates in global 1. So obviously 256 is not enough because this is just one or two screen. So obviously I want an int for all these position. The items that the total number of items that we have in the world, I don't think that would be that big. Obviously you may have like 2 or 3, 1, 2, 3 AI in each screen. Maybe one statuette in one screen, maybe a couple of other items, maybe some spike. So I don't think we will have a huge amount of items. So I feel that would be okay. But later on we can see if we need to pack all this data and or use a smaller one, or if I just need to refactor it and just use the char for this position and then manage it locally on the level. However, if we do that, then you have to consider that you will have to also store in which screen the AI, for example, for each enemies, in which screen it is. So for example, it's let's say this is the screen, the puzzle number 1, and this is the number 2, and this is the number 3. So for example, this data will be in screen number 3, and then you have X and Y. So this data, which screen, is also already a char. So basically you have one char to save the screen number in which screen, and then 2 char for X and Y. Okay, you save one, instead of 4 char, you save 1 char. And the code to manage that is probably more troublesome. So I think it's maybe not the good direction, because it brings more code. Maybe it won't take less space. So I have the feeling that storing an int will be probably easier to code, maybe a little bit more efficient on the code side, and therefore I don't think it's a lot of waste of memory. So sorry, that was a long answer. So if you watch and sorry, I forgot your name also, if you watch this stream, I hope this answer your question. So now let's go back to the implementation of the pickup of the statuette. So yes, I want to add a parameters to do a fake draw. So actually, I forgot I had another idea. It just remind me. Actually, we don't need another parameters. You know why? Because we could just use the color parameters. We could, for example, specify the transparent color, a transparent color. So obviously the transparent color doesn't exist in the API. We have white, black, invert, but we can just add or transparent color. So let's give it the same type. And it doesn't matter which value we give, just maybe we should be sure that we don't give the same value as the existing color, of course. Where are these defined? Maybe they are defined, not just. Okay, no, it's not defined. Yes, it's defined. Okay. So the white, the invert is 2. It's written here, just on my nose. invert is 2, white is 1, black is 0. So let's give it 3. So I could also write define just to be to write it the same way. The reason why I don't really like define for a constant is that this is done by a preprocessor, and you lack the you lack some information. Actually, the compiler lacks some information. If you write a const value like this, it will do exactly like a define. I mean, the compiler, well, normally we can try. We will try it. We will just try. The compiler will replace your transparent value by the value directly here, because it knows that it is a const value. So writing this const char or const int, uint, or writing define is the same, right? So we will check. We will try that. But normally it should be the same. Otherwise, the compiler is a bit strange. All right, and here, if we look at the code, oops, sorry, I didn't show you the code. So I'll just add a new value, transparent here, right? And because like I said in my full screen, we had black 0, white 1, invert 2. So, okay, we can have transparent 3 or whatever value, whatever. And here, if we look at the code of the implementation of the draw bitmap extended, actually I don't need to change any code, which is great. This is free. Why? Because, well, it's not exactly true. I should just write this invert. Right. I just add just this test. So basically it will do the same, iterate on all the stuff. It draw in white, it draw in black, it draw invert, or if it's transparent, or actually any kind of color, then it doesn't do anything. It doesn't modify the buffer. Right? So this is very minimum change in the code. All right, so then here, so now we should draw the bonus right? This is how we call it, the flag bonus, right? And then we should draw the character again. So here we have to do something, because obviously we want just to draw for collision or check collision and then really draw it. So, okay, in our update, we enter the input and then we draw. So, what I want to do basically, so I'm thinking, we can what is the best way? I can split that, make it public, I guess, and call it over there, and then I could just check collision by passing the transparent here. And yeah, I think I will do that, because anyway this function will increase later. So okay, so I will make another public interface, which is the draw. Sorry, I want to make it public here. So I remove here, and I will create a new one, which is check collision. Check collision. And here check collision. So obviously I remove this. So the draw will probably just draw. So in check collision, like I said, I want transparent. Actually, let's move it outside of the class just to make it consistent with the we'll see if it compiles. It should compile to make it consistent with white and black and invert. Okay, we check collision and then we draw it. Draw is drawn in white. All right, let's try. Does it compile this? Yeah, it compiles. But I didn't finish here. I should just draw it. So the update will handle the input and check collision. Check collision is, yeah, it's a generic term, because after that we will also check the collision for the ground to see if I'm falling or hitting the wall. So let's just call it check collision. So in an update I handle the input. That's what I want to do. I check the collision, and then after that I will draw it again, and this time I draw it in white. All right. And this is where I should check the collision with the statuette. All right, it compiled. So the size right now is 13,766, right? And now if I'm changing that with define, so if I do that and if I compile it, does it change anything? No, 13,766, which is what I expect, right? So that's what I'm saying. Normally the C compiler, when they see a constant value like that, they just replace, they don't create a variable in memory, and they just replace it. Well, when they can, they just replace directly the value, place directly the value here whenever you use it, because the compiler knows that it's transparent. Right, okay. If I test it now, nothing should have changed because I didn't pick up the statuette yet, but we can just make sure nothing changed. Okay, nothing changed. All right, and can I still die? Okay, I can still die on the spike. Can I die on my own dynamite also? Yes. Okay, so that's great. We didn't change anything, and now we can try to handle the statuette pickup. So we have checked the collision here in that function with little stuff. with probably the also the wall and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe we will have to refactor it. And here we can suppose that we have pick up a bonus. So pick up a bonus. So if we have okay, so how can I tell if the bonus, which bonus I get? That's a good question. I should try to get the bonus because I may have several bonus in the same level, and then I tell the bonus, okay, I have pick you up. Let's figure out that later. All right, so I will first add a function in the statuette, a public function of course, so should be void, that's okay. Pick up, all right, just like that should be enough. And in the CPP, so we have our update, maybe after that. Then we should clear the flag, which remember that we didn't set. So here we should change it to bonus. And then here we should clear the flag bonus, and we should stop displaying it. Right, so by the way, yeah, I don't want to change the array of the item here, because yeah, maybe it's a waste of cycle. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see if the game becomes slow or not. But obviously not changing this array is a bit easier, because you know, you can just reset the game much more easily. If you have to modify your array, add some item in the array, remove them and add them. I mean, if you remove them, you then when there's a game over, or when the main character die and you have to reset the level, that means what, you have to put them back inside. So it starts to be also quite a lot of management. So I prefer just to have this static array, which is if you remember, declared by generated by our level editor in the map data here. And I just prefer to keep it for now and just update everything, and then every item will do something or do nothing if it's dead. I'm not sure right now. I want to go in that direction. Maybe later on I may have the map manager having different arrays and move stuff from one to the other. We'll see, but I have the feeling that this iteration should not be that critical. It depends, of course, what is the size of the full game for sure, but I'm afraid the game can't be very long also, because the data is limited, the memory is limited, the prog mem is limited. So anyway, clear flag, and then that's what I'm saying. I don't want to update it anymore. So here we have nothing to not draw it. But we don't need to add a variable. We can also check the flag here. This is the star, post time, blah, blah, blah. So if I forgot the function is property set, something like that, I guess. Oh yeah, the other one is clear property. Clear property when it's pickup. Okay, it's property set, so the bonus. Right, all right. So here we have our statuette that starts with the bonus flag. If the bonus is set, we draw it, we update it. If we pick up, we clear the flag. It's not a bonus anymore. That means this one will not be drawn, and also it will not be drawn anyway. So now how do we manage this? Like I said, if we have collision, how to get right now I cannot see a smart way other than polling, or that means I have to draw each bonus and then check the collision of Rick after drawn every bonus, so then I know which one I picked. Which is also possible, but then I have a multiple draw call for Rick. So I'm not sure what is the best. What is the best here? Because this problem arises because I decided not to use hitbox, like doing a box-to-box collision. Otherwise, if we have box-to-box collision, checking all the collision all the time, I know which item collide with which item. But of course, this has a drawback. So yeah, I think the best way is to draw one bonus at a time and then check. Okay, so that means what? That means I will need another function. So let's make the draw here. We will also use transparent here. I will call this function check collision with bonus, or check pickup. Check bonus pickup. All right, and then I should specify the item pickup item. Check bonus pickup check bonus pickup item. Just call it item. So I drew transparent if this, then oops, I should call the pickup. So the pickup function is so the pickup function is inside the statuette right now. I'm not sure if we will have. Yes, we will have other pickup. We will have the a crate of dynamite and a crate of bullet. So we have at least three type of pickup. So I can move the pickup. I can create intermediate class like pickup between statuette and the item would be, yeah, I think it will be, and then I can move the pickup function inside. I think that's probably what's more logical. Okay, so let's create a new pickup class. This game is still quite small, you know. We are on Arduboy, so I don't expect to have all these item tree very big, probably not. But so I could also have just one base class item and put various stuff inside. Okay, I remove everything so far. I just want to move the pickup function. So pickup, I'll call it pickup item. Pickup item dot h. All right. So move that to here. It's probably a virtual function, because when you pick up a statuette or you pick up the dynamite crate, it does different stuff. Like the dynamite crate will replenish your dynamite counter, while the statuette may just increase the score if we have a score. Don't know yet. So should be virtual one, should be abstract one for sure. Pickup item is an item, of course. Pickup item is an item, and I think I don't need to add any CPP so far. And the statuette now becomes a pickup item. Should include the item. All right. Pickup. So to in the statuette, I need to declare that function too. I think I remove it. Not abstract. All right. And then CPP, I just implement it. All right, that should work. Then here, so why I did that basically is to be able to compile in the rig CPP here. Then this one becomes a pickup item. Check bonus pickup. I will rename it check collision with pickup. Check collision with pickup. Okay. Then I need to declare that function. I think I didn't declare it. So I modify a lot of code in many different files. I hope you can still follow, but also having those files allow us to manage the project. So, all right, and then here, this bonus flag should be renamed pickup. Actually, will make much more sense. So we'll just do that. Pickup, and let's go back to item. Okay, pickup here, statuette here. Yeah, and now this becomes quite generic actually. This could be placed into the base class of pickup, but okay, I will leave it here for now for testing. Then this I need to cast into pickup class. Pickup item, all right, and oh, actually not that. It's not what I want to do, sorry. Here I just want to update my pickup, then after that I want to call the check on rig, which I forgot the function. All right, so I draw the lethal, I update rig with okay, handling the input and checking the collision. Then I draw the pickup, and after each draw I call a function on rig to check if there is collision with it. And then finally I draw the character and I draw the rest. This, however, will be drawn 2 times. So because the bonus are non-lethal, but here they will be drawn, so it's useless. So let's remove them. All right, so let's check. Yeah, it doesn't know what is pickup item. Pickup item in rig. I'll just declare it. Forward declare it. But here I need to include it. So here in which function in the CPP of rig, sketch item is not direct base of statuette. Yeah, so what, you don't like it? And if I write pickup item, do you like it like this? No matching for, yeah. Okay, I was expecting that we had to write a constructor in the pickup item, which is fine. So just passing the parameters. All right. Let's try it. I have some doubt. I may have forgot something. Let's see. It works, and I can still die on the spike. Okay, that's a good news. Let's restart the game and I show you in big screen. Okay, my statuette is here. Up, pick up. All right, and I think it's 1 hour of stream, so I will finish the stream here. We will just commit, just review, and then start to stop the stream. I think we may have some improvement or refactoring to clarify the code a little bit, so let's see. I may do that offline actually, or maybe next time. So what do we have here? Well, we have our new pickup item. We just iterate from item to implement the pickup, to give the pickup function interface. Okay, in our custom CPP, we just add this to avoid drawing anything if we draw a transparent color. The transparent color is just here. We had our pickup flag, a map man. Oh, wait. not on the correct screen. Sorry, let's redo it for you guys. So I'm saying, so in the Arduboy we just draw the just add this if to not draw anything when we do the transparent color. Here is our transparent color. In the item we add our pickup flag. And here in the map manager, so we have even split more. Like now we draw the pickup in a third pass, and then we draw the rig several times. We avoid drawing the pickup 2 times. And in rig itself, we have added some function, or renamed some function. And in the header file we expose these 2 functions. So I think that's the part where we could maybe rename a little bit or clarify the implementation. In the statuette, so now the statuette has the pickup status, and we clear the flag. Okay. Yeah, this also could probably go into the pickup function, because I think we will always clear the pickup, and I think also this one should all automatically be set into the, actually let's do that, maybe I will forget it then. So that's here in the pickup. So I can leave it, it's fine, but here in the pickup I can just add it like this. So every time you build a pickup, then it has the pickup flag set. Or not, but well, that would be a nice way to do it, but since I clear it when you pick it up, no, maybe not. Maybe I can leave each individual class, final class, to handle the flag. That's fine. So let's continue. I say here we pick up. If it's set, we draw, update, and when we pick up, we clear it. And here in the statuette, now we inherited from the pickup and we implement the pickup function. Add a pickup class to handle statuette dynamite crate and bullet crate. Add a pickup flag in the item properties. Refactor the drawing, update in the map manager, and implement the pickup of the statuette when the main character collide with it. Add a transparent color for, in the for the draw bitmap. Draw bitmap to just check collision without drawing. All right. All right, so thank you for watching. Like I said, maybe next stream, what we could do, I will try to implement I will try to draw to prepare the dynamite crate and bullet crate, and we will try to implement these two other pickups. So we may have the 3 pickups. We may finish all the pickup. And then or maybe I may also implement those class offline, because it's really similar to the statuette. The class will be very similar, but then what I can do in stream is like implementing a start of inventory for the player, for the main characters, like how many dynamite you have, how many bullets you have, and then replenish this inventory when you pick up the crate. So I think that will be a nice goal for the next stream. So thank you for watching, and take care, and I hope to see you during the next stream. Bye bye.